Hello and welcome to the Good Vibration Show, a show created by seniors for everyone who enjoys good stories, great music and a sense of connection. I'm Jackie Bogue.
And I'm Diana Dagg. It's lovely to be here with you, Jackie.
Great to have you here, Diana. Let me ask you, when you think of music that sticks with you, the kind you can't help but hum, what comes to mind?
Interesting question. I guess when I think about music, Jackie, what matters to me is the words that accompany the music. So throughout the day, I might be singing something from, say, Bridge Over Troubled Waters or Put a Candle in the Window. Those are the words that I hum with the music.
I love that, because today we're exploring music in a few different ways, from classic hits through to the storytelling tradition of bush music.
Oh, that sounds great. What have we got lined up as well for today, Jackie?
Steve Ferreira is back with Timepieces, featuring the unmistakable sound of hall&oates. I chat with George Bolinger from the Bush Music Club about music, stories and community. 2 rounds of trivia with Alan.
A bit of everything, Jackie. Just how we like it.
Let's get into it. First up, Timepieces with Steve Ferreira.
And today's feature, Hall&Oates, really captures that era of music where melodies and lyrics just stayed with you.
Absolutely. Over to you, Steve.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Diana. Daryl Hall and John Oates, commonly known as Hall&Oates, were an American pop soul duo formed in Philadelphia in 1970. Daryl Hall's glorious blue-eyed soul vocals put him square as lead vocalist, while John Oates supplied electric guitar and backing vocals, and the occasional lead vocal. The two wrote most of the songs, either separately or in collaboration. They achieved their greatest fame from the mid-1970s to the late 1980s with a fusion of rock music, soul music, and rhythm and blues. The duo was incredibly successful. They reached the US Top 40 with 29 of their 33 singles, charting between 1974 and 1991. 6 of these singles peaked at number 1. In the United Kingdom, they achieved success with 2 top 10 albums and 6 top 40 singles. By 1983, Daryl Hall and John Oates had 5 number 1 singles to their credit, 2 consecutive top 10 albums, and were one of the biggest names on MTV. The pair's first 2 albums were sleepers, yet critically acclaimed. Their second album, Abandoned Luncheonette of 1973, got more exposure once it became popular on the American college radio circuit. This next song was re-released in 1976 and deservedly became a hit. John Oates takes lead vocals on this track. Let's listen then to track 4 from Abandoned Luncheonette.
Everybody's high on consolation. Everybody's trying to tell me what is right for me. Yeah. I need a drink and a quick decision. Now it's up to me. What will be? She's gone. She's gone. I better learn how to face. She's gone. She's gone. I pay the devil to replace her. She's gone. And she's gone. What went wrong? Get up in the morning, look in the mirror. I'm worn as a toothbrush hanging in the stand. Yeah. My face ain't looking any younger. Now I can see love taking her toll on me. She's gone. She's gone. I better learn how to face. She's gone. She's gone. I pay the devil to replace her. She's gone. She's gone. What went wrong? the city. Let the carbon and monoxide choke my thoughts away. And pretty bodies help dissolve the memories. They can never be what she was to me. She's gone. She's gone. I better learn how to face it. She's gone. She's gone. I pay the devil to replace her. She's gone. She's gone. What went wrong?
Daryl Hall has called She's Gone the best song he and John Oates wrote together. Evidently, both performers were undergoing romantic problems at the time the song was written. Oates says She's Gone is a song that endures. I think you'll agree. The next song on today's timepieces became the first of those 6 #1 singles. At the end of 1977, Billboard ranked it as the 23rd biggest hit of the year. The song's lyrics are about a spoiled girl who relies on her parents' wealth to do whatever she wants. The title character in the song is based on a spoiled heir to a fast food chain who was an ex-boyfriend of Daryl Hall's girlfriend, Sarah Allen. Hall told Rolling Stone, "But you can't write 'You're a rich boy' in a song, so I changed it to a girl. Here's Rich Girl."
You're a rich girl and you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch girl, but it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. Say money, money won't get you too far, get you too far. And don't you know that it's wrong to take what is given you so far gone on your own. But you can get along if you try to be strong, but you'll never be strong, 'cause you're a rich girl and you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch girl and it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. So money, money won't get you too far, get you too far. High and dry, out of the rain. It's so easy to hurt others when you can't feel pain. And don't you know that love can't grow? 'Cause it's too much to give, 'cause you'd rather live for the thrill of it all. Oh, you're a rich girl and you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. And you can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch girl and it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. Say money, money won't get you too far. Say money, money won't get you too far. Say money, money won't get you too far, get you too far. And you say you can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. You're a rich girl, a rich girl. Oh, you're a rich, rich girl, yeah. Say money, money won't get you too far.
The fourth studio album by the duo, simply titled Daryl Hall and John Oates, was released in August 1975. It is sometimes referred to as the Silver Album because of its garish, metallic foil cover. The album spawned 3 singles, one of which was the lovely Sarah Smile, becoming the duo's first top 10 hit. Co-written by both halves of the duo, Sarah Smile turned out to be Hall & Oates' breakthrough single. It was about Hall's then-girlfriend, stewardess Sarah Allen, mentioned earlier. Allen was also the subject of the song Las Vegas Turnaround from abandoned La Jeanette. The couple were together for almost 30 years before breaking up in 2001.
watching in the night. All alone with me, we're waiting for the sunlight. When I feel cold, you warm me, and when I feel I can't go on, you come and hold me. It's you and me forever. Sarah, smile. Oh, won't you smile a while for me, Sarah? If you feel like leaving, you know you can go. But why don't you stay until tomorrow? If you wanna be free, you know, all you got to do is say so. And when you feel cold, I'll warm you. And when you feel you can't go on, I'll come and hold you. It's you and me forever. Sarah, smile. Oh, won't you smile a while for me, Sarah? Sarah, smile. Oh, won't you smile a while, Sarah? Oh, won't you smile a while for me, Sarah? Oh, smile a while. Won't you laugh, Sarah? Make me feel like a man, not keeping me crazy, crazy. Smile a while. Oh.
In 2009, the live performance of Sarah Smile was nominated for a Grammy Award, an incredible 33 years after the original song was released. Hall&Oates continued to successfully record and perform together and individually right through to 2019 and only stopped in 2020 due to COVID. However, they officially split in 2023 after a legal squabble about copyright. Interestingly, the duo preferred to be referenced using both their first and last names. In an interview with Esquire, Oates said, "There isn't one album that says Hall&Oates. It's always Daryl Hall and John Oates from the very beginning. The idea of Hall&Oates, this two-headed monster, this thing, is not anything we ever wanted or liked. There you go, listeners, now you know." So thank you for listening. There are many more great songs from this duo, and I urge you to rediscover them. So for the time being, keep up those good vibrations. Back to you, Jackie and Diana.
Wow, there's something timeless about that sound, Jackie.
There really is. Time to test the brain.
Here's Alan with today's trivia.
Good morning, it's Trivial again with another round of It's Trivial. Let's get straight into our quiz for this week with our general knowledge questions. And question 1. In cars, what does SUV stand for? Question 2. Which Queensland town contains the Qantas Founders Museum? Question 3. Name either of the two largest selling beers from Tasmania. Question 4. What year was the Sydney Harbour Bridge opened? And question 5. What is Australia's national floral emblem or national flower? Well, how'd you go? That's our quiz for this week. Don't forget to stay around and we'll have the answers for you at the end of the show. Thanks for listening.
Music has always been part of the Australian bush. Songs sung around campfires, lively dances in country halls, and instruments that were sometimes homemade from whatever people had at hand. Today we're going to explore that rich musical tradition. My guest is George Bolinger, President of the Bush Music Club, one of Australia's longest-running folk music organisations, dedicated to keeping our bush songs, dances and traditions alive. George is also known for restoring concertinas, one of the classic instruments of folk and bush music. George, welcome to the program.
G'day, how are you?
Good, George. I'm so pleased you're here today. I'm curious, how did bush music first come into your life?
It all started out for me. First of all, I got introduced to folk music and then into a variety of different instruments, and also into the dancing scene. And eventually one thing led to another, and I found a partner for life.
So that first experience you had, what was it about that hooked you?
I think it was probably that it was all-inclusive. So there was people from all walks of life and all different ages, and it was welcoming. It wasn't like other forms of music. This was something that you could either be involved in or it could be background music, but it sort of had an appeal to everyone.
That sounds fantastic. And for George, for the listeners who may not be familiar with it, how would you describe Australian bush music? Well,
back in the year dot, you had the convicts coming here and from England, Scotland and Ireland, and they brought their favourite tunes with them. And so folk music or bush music was the tunes of the day that were simplified for people to be able to play more often than not without looking at music. And then in the 1850s, we had people come across from China and from America for the gold rush, and they brought their tunes with them. This all got assimilated together, and then with the passage of time, we had immigrants coming from other parts of the world. They brought their favourite tunes with them, and this all sort of melded together to form what we call folk music or bush music.
And so are there any particular songs that you think people might recognise?
Oh, well, there's this one. So, of course, that's Click Go the Shears. That's played on a concertina, which was one of the instruments that they used to play back in the year dot, and is still quite popular today. That's
terrific. And I'm just looking at your concertina that you've got there. Is this one of the ones that you've restored?
It is. So the history of the concertina was it was developed in 1830 by a bloke called Charles Wheatstone. Shearers would sort of start out by having a mouth organ that they'd carry around, put in their pocket. It was very portable, but there was a technical difficulty. You can't play and sing at the same time. So they went from there to having what's called an Anglo concertina. So you get one note when you push a button in, and you get a different note when you're pulling the button or the bellows out. And that enabled them to both play and sing at the same time.
Is that what makes it such a popular instrument in bush music?
Yes, it's when you go from a concertina to an accordion, so whether that's a button accordion or a piano accordion, people would often call an accordion maybe as a button box, or they might say it's a band in a box, because it has the advantage that you can accompany yourself, so you can have the right-hand side playing in the same way as your right hand would play on a piano, and the left-hand side can be doing chords or a different accompaniment, and then you only need one person to play for a dance. It's a great instrument.
So tell us a little bit about the Bush Music Club and how it began.
Bush Music Club began in 1954, and it's Australia's oldest continuously operating folk club and the third oldest in the world. So it began out of people listening to a number of of groups of individuals that were playing folk music that had been collected. And they said, where can we do this? We want to be involved in it. And as a result of that, a guy called John Meredith got together with a number of other people, and the Bush Music Club was formed. In its early days, it was there to collect songs, music, and yarns from people of a mature age. And they had all these oral history that hadn't ever been written down, and this was the only time to be able to capture it before it disappeared underground.
It's an interesting way of passing on stories to people, isn't it? So what sort of activities does the club run?
Of a Monday night, we have a slow session. That's for people who would like to learn an instrument, so that they've got the rudiments of whatever instrument they've decided to pick up, whether it be guitar, violin, flute, whatever it might be. And then that they come along, and we will then instruct or help them to learn to play some of the collected tunes that we've obtained from various collectors that have got this material, and they've put it into the National Library. So once they get to a level of proficiency, often they'll stay on for the next session, which is a faster session, which we call a concert party. So that's a group of people that often goes out into the community to perform and share the collected works that we've been able to learn to play. They come from all walks of life. Some come from the local Marrickville community. They've seen something happening at on the weekend. There's a Marrickville bush band that plays locally. They might have seen them or heard of us elsewhere. Come along and they get hooked.
Yeah, that's terrific. And are the bush dances, they still happening today?
Yes, so the Bush Music Club runs a dance at Beecroft at the community centre there, and that's we run 4 a year at present. We get quite a few people that turn up, and they have a great time and enjoy themselves. Some people come to play, others come to dance, and others come to listen.
For anyone that hasn't been to a bush dance, I highly recommend them. I have been to Beecroft some time ago and had a great night there. And you do meet lots of people. Everyone's very, very social. And of course, with someone like you playing, George, the music's always fantastic. Have you got one of those tunes you could just, give us now? One that might have come from the Migrants, where they've sort of melded into become an Australian bush tune?
Well, this tune's called Hans Stoneman's Waltz. So it was collected in Queensland from, I think, German people of German descent.
So if somebody listening today wants to experience bush music for themselves, what would you suggest they do?
Bush music covers a range of things. So you've got poetry, Australian traditional poetry. You have songs, the dancing side of it. And then there's the other part that shouldn't be forgotten. That's telling yarns, or often they're tall stories. So depending on what you're interested in, come along to the Bush Music Club and join in.
It does sound like there's something for everyone, whether you want the poetry, the yarns, the playing the music, listening to the music, or dancing. There's something there. George Bolinger, thanks very much for sharing a little of Australia's musical heritage with us today.
Wow, Jackie, what stood out for me from that was how inclusive it all sounds. You don't have to be an expert. You can just join in.
Yes, it's not about performance. It's about participation.
Oh, that's a lovely reminder.
We might see you at a bush dance yet, Diana.
Well, I'll have to practice my do-si-dos and round the bushes, but...
Now, the answers to Alan's trivia.
And here we are back again with the answers to today's quiz. Firstly, in our general knowledge round, we asked, what does SUV stand for? And that stands for Sports Utility Vehicle. The Queensland town with the Qantas Founders Museum in it is Longreach. The two largest selling beers out of Tasmania are Cascade and Bogues. Both very nice. The Sydney Harbour Bridge opened in 1932. And Australia's national flower is the golden wattle, or just wattle. And there's our quiz again for another week. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you will be back with us again next week. And remember, if it's not trivial, it's not important.
Hello everyone, my name is Judy O'Connor. With Easter upon us, I thought it'd be fun to turn the clock back to the good old days when everyone, especially us kids, flocked to Moore Park, hanging on the straps of crowded trams as they rattled up Anzac Parade to jostle amongst the hundreds of people at the Royal Easter Show, eat ourselves sick on fairy floss and explore all the rides and shows. Did you know the first show started in 1823 at Parramatta as a way of showcasing horses, cattle, sheep, pigs and poultry? It moved briefly to Prince Alfred Park before relocating to Moore Park, where it remained for 116 years. Then, about 20 years ago, it moved to its current home at Sydney Olympic Park. Here are a few memory joggers. Show bags were originally free sample bags designed for companies to advertise products like tea, laundry powder and canned goods. By the 1980s, they included lollies, toys and games, and by then, of course, you had to pay for them. Fairy floss, sticky and pink, remember that? And of course, Kewpie dolls, the iconic doll on a stick. They were chubby-faced dolls attached to a cane, wearing a blue tulle skirt in bright colours. They had baby-like features, big eyes, a small kiss curl of hair on the forehead, a cowlick, and outstretched arms. You may remember they were a big feature in the movie Summer of the 17th Doll. The show was cancelled in 1919 because of the Spanish flu, and again during World War II, and of course during COVID. The show evolved from a purely agricultural fair into a massive community event featuring amusement rides, horticultural displays and competitions. The idea was to create a town and country mix. Who can forget the displays, from the horticultural stands in the Grand Pavilion with one huge pumpkin after another, flowers and every sort of produce you can think of, arts and crafts, even dog and cat shows. There was a canvas city atmosphere, with spruikers drawing in crowds with amplified voices and tales of unique exotic performances within the tents. Tattooed lady John Budd, who was, believe it or not, half man, half woman. Not to mention Jimmy Sharman's boxing tent, snake charmers and sword swallowers. And my personal favourite, the haunted house. I can't close without a quick mention of the wood chopping, which goes back to the 1870s, when wood choppers in Tasmania competed with each other to see who could chop down a tree the fastest. Then, of course, there was the grand parade and the horse jumping. I could go on, but I'll leave you to your own memories.
And that brings us to the end of today's show.
You can find us on YouTube. Just search The Good Vibration Show. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share.
And we're on Facebook too. We'd love to hear from you.
Thanks to George Bolinger from the Bush Music Club, Steve Ferreira, Alan Roberts, and of course the Inner West Council for supporting our show. It's been great having you here, Diana.
Thanks, Jackie.
And to our listeners, when it comes to good vibrations, take them in and send them out.